Well, when you see an armed guard, you probably think you are safe.
But last year, some customers at a driver's license office ran away from an armed guard after he fired his gun into the ceiling. And now in a 2 News exclusive investigation, we're seeing video of the incident and hearing why the guard is facing no punishment from the state.
Yeah, Jeremy Harris is covering this story for us tonight. And Jeremy, what can you see in the video?
Well, it's a pretty chaotic scene as the shot is fired, but this is really just where our questions began. It took 5 months and numerous appeals for public records to state officials in order for us to obtain this surveillance video. And tonight, we have answers about what the state has done since the shooting and what they haven't. What started out as a routine day at the driver's license division in West Valley City would soon spiral into chaos.
The very fact that a firearm went off is not what I would ever hope for.
But when that gun went off, it triggered a series of questions about the people who are hired to protect you.
We were completely unaware of any charges until it came forward in this process.
This is Dmitry Novik, an armed Utah certified security guard. He was keeping watch this day at the DLD when this man, Ruhal Hassan Abdi, was told he didn't qualify for a license. Abdi was upset and, according to police, refused to leave. You can see Novik escorting Abdi towards the door. Then, a few seconds later, Abdi is seen reaching for Novik's gun and the fight is on. Abdi is on top of the struggling guard as citizens rush in to help. That's when Novik regains his position, draws his weapon, and fires. The shot is so quick it's hard to see from surveillance cameras, but you can see how the crowd reacts. This man in the black shirt jumps and backs away quickly as Novik continues to point the gun around until police arrive more than 5 minutes later.
It's unnerving to see an altercation going on.
Chris Karras is the director of the state driver license division, and he says he was just as surprised as anyone by the incident.
Did the security guard act appropriately in this situation, according to you?
I think it's important to understand that the security guard is actually a person who works for a private contractor.
While the shot was fired by a guard at one of his offices, he says the department has little oversights of the guards after signing a contract with Citadel Chapman Security to provide armed protection at all DLD offices.
We went with a contractor that's got a statewide contract, and they really are in charge of a lot of the what is the protocol for their guards and how that's handled.
Citadel Chapman officials suspended Novik pending the investigation. Novik ended up resigning as West Valley City detectives asked the district attorney's office to file charges against him for shooting into the ceiling. Not the first time they weighed charges against him. 6 months before firing into the ceiling, the Department of Public Safety charged him with a misdemeanor weapons offense after allegedly pulling out a gun at Salt Lake Community College.
Generally speaking, they have to wait for an adjudication from the courts to act on a person's license.
Clark Aposian trains armed guards in Utah and says the misdemeanor weapons charges may not have been enough to suspend Novik's license, but that doesn't mean there isn't cause to question his actions.
I would imagine that there'd be some explaining to do. That officer is going to have to articulate exactly why he believed it was necessary to fire a firearm.
But regardless of whether Novik could legally be working as an armed guard that day, the incident seems to have concerned the DLD enough to cancel their contract with Citadel, now using state highway patrol troopers to guard their offices while they figure out a plan for armed security.
The driver license division is trying to ensure that an incident such as this doesn't happen again.
And while steps are being taken at the driver license division, legally Novik's license remains spotless. Now today I did speak with Mr. Novik's attorney, who says he feels it was the right decision for the district attorney not to pursue charges in that case. He also says he expects the original weapons charge from before the DLD shooting to be dismissed. That case could go to a jury in the next few months. It is a tough decision. It's a tough situation for some of these government agencies to be in because it's so much more expensive to use certified police officers rather than armed security guards. But at least at the driver's license division, they said for now, they're going to have highway patrol troopers in there until they can get this situation figured out.
Well, that was interesting, Jeremy. I seen the video for the first time. That was interesting to be able to see that because I wondered kind of what happened in there. Yeah. I remember hearing the story. So
yeah, it was a crazy series of events, and the video shows that.
All right, thanks a lot,
Jeremy. Thank you.